Alright, y'all, we're gonna move these tabs. We're gonna move the belt. I got a new belt on order. And we're gonna jack this up underneath here. I'm gonna show you how to change the alternator. Alright, fellas, we're in here. And there she is. The alternator. First, we gotta get the belt off. See, it's on that middle tick. So we got a new belt coming. Yeah, man. Breaker bar. And then we're gonna get a Allen key and stick it to that hole once we get the breaker bar loose, so we can take the belt off unabated. Alright, guys, so you can see I got the breaker bar in. See that shiny part? You're going to use a little bit of strength on this. And this should do it. So yeah, number 5 Allen key should fit through there, no problem. So, and I would use a breaker bar. This is taking some muscle. Actually, let's go up size. Number 5 is kind of thin. Go up to number 6. Because you don't want any play in your tensioner, which means you have tension on your belt. It makes it hard to get off. And yes, with the angle, you get some muscle on that side. Don't feel it in your chest. Yep. Number 6. Alright, let's do it the wrong way. So we don't have so much slack. Yep, see, there we go. See that? So remember, go online to find the diagram. Take this off. We are going to reuse this belt for now. When a new one comes in, we will put that one on. Alright, so with the tensioner, you have to get it off from behind the tensioner because of the arm that's in the way. Do it on both sides. I probably could have removed the air box to get a little bit more room on the left facing side, the right side from the engine. Left if you're facing inside the engine bay. So when we put the belt back on, we'll make a mental note to start with the tensioner arm because you have to get behind it first. Then you can go do everything else. Alright. Show you the ribs. Not bad, but I'm pretty sure it's stretching over time. It's the outside of it. That's a much older belt. Alright, let's get down underneath the vehicle. Remove the splash tray slash tray for debris. I'm not sure what's all it's called. And we'll get this alternator off. And then you can actually see the bolts from up here. Well, you can see it with the human eye. Not so much with this camera. Yeah, you can't see it with the camera. All right, let's get it. All right, see, we got it jacked up. You see where it's jacked up at? The jack stands are at on that solid rail that's in towards about a half foot in from the edge of the vehicle on both sides. Let's go around. As you can see, we still got the jack on a solid point. Pressure on it, retention rather, just for extra safety. And of course, do the crucifix shake test so it don't fall and kill you. You can replace your vehicle. You can't replace you, okay? So be safe. All right, so we can take off this tray. I have my Ryobi kit, so it doesn't take that long. Let me show you the head so you know what to look for. This is what the head looks like on the Phillips. It's kind of that blunt style head, Phillips. And there are 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10 up front and towards the sides that we're going to remove one by one, so we can get this down out the way. And I believe it's either, looks like it is mounted in the back as well. We may have to take that down, or we may be able to bypass having to do that, because if so, we're gonna need to jack this up a little more to get to it comfortably, because I'm a pretty sizey guy. All right, sped up footage, here we go. Real quick, so on the rear, there's one towards the side, the third one down. You may have to increase the torque amount just so you can get the grip, snatch it off, but we got it. We have to use any special tools. So let's start to the other side and get that knocked off. Back to the sped up footage. All right, so real quick, this has been removed before. How'd I know? All the screws were the same, except for these two. Show how the other ones look. As far as the head, solid head. Nice little, pitted. Now it's the same side screw, looks like, but as you can see, the heads are different. So you gotta be ready for that. Of course, if you want to use a socket instead from the start, the elusive 10 mil. Everybody's favorite socket to lose is the size. So it does come down. Let me show you guys real quick. And it's not enough play to really get up under there, so we are going to do a little extra. Hike this up a little bit more so we can get this all the way down and out the way. We have easy access to the alternator and do what we can do. All right, so it's 12 millimeter breaker bar. You will need a breaker bar. I'll put a link in the description for one on Amazon. Get one for about 20 bucks, give or take. Oh, I'm sitting flush. Don't want to strip it. Damn. Yep, that's what you would want to sit flush on it. It's hard to do when you're in here like this, but pay attention. Sit flush. As flush as possible because you do not want to round these bolts out when you're assed out. The fact that you top. So again, we're just loosening up all the bolts. This is actually, this might be a 14 mil. So the ones on the bracket are 12. And so that's the one that's by itself. So it connects to the bracket that connects to the vehicle. So what we're gonna do is we're gonna take it off the vehicle, the bracket off the vehicle from this bolt. That way we can make sure we position it the right way on the new alternator. And then we're gonna take out this other one right here, which is the long bolt. That's gonna be kind of a pain in the butt because we have limited room. And yeah, let go. Like I said, about probably a 14 mil, let's check. By the way, those bolts for the sway bar brackets are 14 millimeter. We will record. All right, so here's the 14 mil, like I said. Woo! Like I said, limited room, as you can see. We're literally touching the fan. But let's change the angle. Like I said, we do not want to round these out. Maybe with this one I probably won't need the extension. We'll see. I always want to put the extension on because it was easy to get to because of this oil filter. Might be needed. 14 mil. Let's see. Okay, looks like, yeah, we can get on it. So, yep, it's flat. push it, I'll tighten it on. I'm twisting to the left. Left to loose, right side. Huh. Let's put the extension back on. I know what we're gonna do. 1 second. See, we got the beefy one. The beefy ratchet. Not a lot of room between these lugs. That's not gonna be enough leverage. I need the breaker bar for sure. Huh. Let's try again. Chief? How you doing, man? Good. You going to it? Alternator? Yes, sir. How you too, man? You said what? Depends on what it is. I got a little bit of skill, but I ain't that. I'm not a mechanic. Absolutely. I am very concerned. Alright, we're gonna go online real quick and see what's going on with this. Because I do not want to strip it. Check Becky. Alright, folks, so we did get it loose. We did use the breaker bar. We used this style head. I had the multi-grip head on there. Use the 6-point head, and it's gonna. I should have recorded, but y'all know how it is. Anytime you're recording something that you're doing something like that, when you're doing something like that, it always seems to break. And this sounded horrible. It sounded downright horrible. I was like, oh God, no break. But we did get it loose, so got a pretty good and loose. We're gonna try to pull it out a little bit so we can get better access to the nut on the back. See? If I can just take it out by hand. Might be easier from the top. See if we can get 2 fingers in here. Still a little bit of pain. I might need to get an extension. I'll grab an extension real quick. So I have to take the knife. All right, folks, we back. Extension. There we go. Once again, you have limited workspace. Kind of wish I had an air screwdriver, a little power screwdriver. And with the long ones, it fits in tight places like this. Fairly easy. Yeah. So we just have to do it the hard way. So it's so loose that using a ratchet, it's kind of difficult because ratchets work off tension to ratchet back. And after a while, it gets so loose that you don't feel the tension, and you just start doing that. It's typically when you use your fingers or something else to pull it out, but see it's starting to come out a little bit at a time. Okay, so I feel like there's rust spots. Let's see if we can get you guys in a little closer. Back up a little bit. There we go. See, that's what I'm talking about. Feels loose. Hit a rough spot. A rough spot. It's probably rusted. Back to the same thing. So we're gonna take off the take this off. Extension. What's wrong? All right, let's pick up the footage. Get it off. Let's back you guys back out real quick. There we go. Now we just gotta get this one off. Then we should be able to kind of get it loose, get that nut in the back, and take it off.
What's up, people?
What's going on, Chief?
Oh, man, I can't call it. It's kind of warm out here, man.
Yeah, it is. I'm almost done.
You say I'm
Almost done.
Don't let me hold you up here. Get on it. Hey, I got a question for you.
Yes, sir.
So, hey, you do shots?
No, I don't have the tools for that. I've never done those.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, this is just a little something, just alternator. I knew I could do this when I had the tools for it.
Oh,
But
okay.
I don't have the tools for the shocks.
Okay, I was asking because I wanted some back shots put on.
I can help you if I had the tools. We could work something out, but I do not have a compression spring.
Okay, I got it.
So,
okay.
but yeah, brother, I'm sorry about that, man.
Nah, it's all good, man. That's your car?
Yeah.
Man, that's nice, man.
Appreciate it.
That's nice. What you got? Cool intake on there?
Yeah, some aftermath intakes. Smooth.
How many more horsepower will it get you?
Not much, man. Just a couple. Just a couple ponies.
Yeah, I'm thinking about putting one on my truck. I'm thinking about putting one on there. How much them things cost, like?
I have to look it up. They weren't that much.
Okay, and it just bolts on like you putting a mass outflow sensor or something on there.
Yeah, you gotta do. I had to do a little bit of modification, but for the most part, they were pretty easy to do.
Okay, that's what's up, man. Well, man, look, it's kind of warm out here, so you say you ain't got long.
Yeah, I'm gonna take a break on it.
Appreciate everything, man.
All right, Chief. All right, fellas, back in. So it's freed up, but we gotta figure out why it's not completely coming out or loosening up to where I need it to. So we're gonna go from the top side, look down and see what's going on. All right, fellas, so we got movement, but something back here is keeping it from completely moving off. So we're gonna figure out how to get this part off, take the bolt off. But we got that movement, but I don't know what it is. So I suspect it has something to do with the similar part right here. It's on the back of it. We gotta figure that out. It's getting kind of warm, so we're gonna take a break, figure that out, and probably hit this first thing in the morning. All right, fellas, I needed two pretty blunt, large blunt flathead screwdrivers. One to press down the tab and pull this up so you can see it as best as possible. All right, so the tab. Trying to get it where you can see it. Stop being a butt. There it is. As much as you can. So I'm doing this with one hand. There's the tab right here. It is a bear to push down. You will need a pretty wide flat head screwdriver to push down on one side, and then another one to kind of fulcrum it out from the socket, and then it will pop out. Remember, it's facing towards the engine. If you need a reference, here's a new one. It faces towards the engine. Now we can get to the power. Which, there's not a lot of light down there, but we can get to it. It's right past here. Yeah. That was literally like 5 minutes of work. Just on getting it out. So be careful. Use, like I said, a wide, flat screwdriver. Two wide, flat screwdrivers to do it. And you shouldn't have any issues. And I took out the rest of the airbox. The aftermath tubes moved out the way completely. Yeah, we'll reconnect everything later. Because that was a pain in the ass.